tries to be like, I think this word says family. Like, because like if you go back and look at any of the old documents, go try to read the Constitution right now.
It's all hieroglyphs.
You'll get lost after the first fucking line.
No one can actually read anyone else's writing. That's what I'm convinced of.
But like,
so
that's
I'm
why
the only one that can
better.
read my writing. Yeah. No, but it used to have soul. Okay. Writing a letter to someone,
there's no soul.
It conveyed emotion.
Do you think? Okay, right now, would you if you had to handwrite a letter? Like, let's say you were in a relationship, long distance. You're about to handwrite a letter. Are you gonna handwrite it with your current handwriting?
Yeah.
That's wild, Bob.
Why?
Because I've seen your handwriting. It's just like I don't know. And I'm not saying it's like terrible.
If you love me, you can read it.
That's
wild.
a statement. But like, I mean it from the standpoint of like, even my handwriting, which I also think is bad, I would rather type that out and print it and put it inside that envelope just to make sure you know what the fuck I said.
Yeah.
Like,
shoot a text.
Maybe it's more about the message than what it says. Maybe
but you don't know the
be
message if you don't know what.
Can't read.
They'll know the message because it's going to be sealed with wax and my stamp.
Sealing it with wax does not enhance the actual readability.
You understand when you receive something.
I imagine there was
there's gravitas.
People probably went to war over misreads back in the day, bro. Facts. People probably broke up families over like a. What does that word say? Like,
does that say bomb them or don't bomb them?
That's what I'm saying. A misplaced comma could fuck your whole life up. Facts. At least now we got a little red line. We have a little red or a little blue line underneath to help us. Like, comma can change everything, man.
Damn.
Yeah. I believe it.
We also all don't know the grammar rules anymore. So, like, I think going
no
back to
one knows
writing
any grammar rules.
No, I don't even.
Crazy. I feel like
I can't even write a paragraph anymore, man. Come on.
That's wild. See, that's the thing. I pulled the cord, Bob. But like, I think if anything, we should emphasize.
Is this a weird position?
Yeah, it's super weird. But I wasn't gonna address it. I think we should put a more emphasis on the rules of grammar, but I don't think we have to put emphasis on writing it down because I do get tired of like emails that I'm reading and I'm like, you have used all the incorrect forms of words, which gratefully doesn't happen with like a decent amount of the emails, but like I can tell when I'm emailing someone if it's just like, oh God, don't even start it on the there. Cause like that's one where I'm like, I know that.
One of them is like they are.
They are. Like
it's not there, it's they are.
And it's like you're trying to say like, they're using the space. And it's like, yes, they are using the space. Why'd you use the one with the I? Like, where it makes sense. Or like they use like over there.
T-H-E-R-E.
Yeah. And it's, that shit gets me. But like also like people who like, I love a good comma instead of using parenthesis. Like you can break up with commas in the middle of a sentence. So many people will email me back and be like, I don't even know how to fucking read that. Yeah. And I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, you don't know that? Like, it's just that means, it's like, but if I put it in fucking like, if I put it in parentheticals, is that the name of it? If I say it correctly?
Parentheses.
Parentheses, but it's like, it would be a parenthetical thing. But like, if I put it in that, then they get it. And I'm just like, it's the same thing. It's just a different grammar rule. Like, I don't know. That frustrated me because somebody emailed me.
I don't know parentheses legal name.
When I was working at Chrysler, dude, my boss told me to write emails in a specific format. Like, she like told me to like write every sentence like on the next space. Like, so you would hit enter and then like have
it's like a
space.
It would just be like no paragraph.
And I was like, wait, why do we do this here? No, but then my director would send emails like that. Yeah, no, my director.
So you all were just following behind the
it was like
person.
It was like a thing. Yeah, it was a thing.
People look at emails with paragraphs and just can't be bothered. So they see an email with one sentence for each line. And they're like, I can spare a sentence.
I
guarantee you that's why.
I would not read that email, and I would read
so annoying.
No, that's fair, and that's not everyone, but I guarantee you that's why.
That's crazy.
Also,
that was like a thing there for some reason.
That is so weird.
Did you have to put the important statements in the first 3 sentences?
Yeah, I mean, basically, you'd want to like summarize it as much as possible. You wouldn't even want to have a big email.
And put the most important stuff.
Like you want to have it as short as possible.
To read one.
As short as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a super big on underline, bold, and italics in emails, and I'll use a fucking highlight in a second.
Luckily,
Like I'm
I
like,
don't
this
need
is the
email no
important
more.
information. I do this with like internal emails at my job, like to different like teams, and they'll just be like K, and I'm like, yo, hold up, did you not see the
Crazy.
like? I'll include images
crazy,
of highlights, like I'll
Damn.
make my
Just
own
say
fucking
K.
PDF
No,
some
thank
shit,
you, yeah.
and they'll just be like K, and I'm like,
Damn.
bro, you saw the craft, you saw the
These
tact
days got
that
so
went
much
in that,
audacity,
bro.
They got so much
The
audacity.
effort
That
in
should
that
be getting me
message.
because
Put a
like
solid
I'll be
hour
like,
into it.
yeah, because I'll be like,
Like,
this is y'all
yeah.
process. Y'all said email with all the things that we need done, and I'm like, I emailed it and I organized it. And you just gonna hit me back with a K. We'll do it,
We'll
That's
do
great,
it.
bro.
bro. Shit
That's
pisses me off.
crazy.
Put in the same level of effort as the emails you receive.
Yeah.
Luckily,
is
I don't
a
need
new
it
topic.
no more.
Yeah,
So, thank
yeah.
God, man. I
It's
just
most
slack
of my
people.
job. That's so
That's
much.
it.
Thankfully.
I write a lot of emails.
Oh my god, I have.
thankfully,
I think
I
I
don't.
have like 60 scheduled emails like that I set up like that are just like waiting to go out because I was just like I can get ahead of the game today when I was working from
I
home.
don't have that many emails.
I send hundreds of emails in a week.
God
like
damn.
it's crazy.
I might send 800 in a week.
Crazy. Like for example,
Josh,
like
do you write every single one, or do you just AI it a
well,
little
so
bit?
sometimes
I write every
sometimes
single
there
one.
yeah, so that part kind of probably sucks more. Sometimes I'm mass emailing. So I only have to write it once, but then I like proofread it several times. Like if I'm about to send it to over 50 people, I've read this message at least 5 times. Like cuz
Facts.
I'm just like, damn, I don't want to have to correct sending this out again to 500 people.
Yeah,
Because
Mine-
I've had to do that and that sending
That'd
that
be
1,000
trash.
emails is way worse than sending 500.
Yeah.
Like
Mine are always responses. So it's not like a scheduled email. It's like something that came up.
yeah, and that I manage 2 teams' inboxes like that, where I'm just like, all I do is responses in these, and then the other ones that I manage, I'm like, I'm the email blast guy, but they don't give us access to do full email blasts, so I have to do 11 people per blind carbon copy, so it doesn't go into their spam folder. So I have like 600 emails.
Is it a
11
Microsoft
each.
email?
Of course it is.
Fun fact.
Of course.
If you send over 250 in one email, you will be blocked from sending
You
or
will.
receiving
You will.
emails.
Yes,
That's
I know
crazy.
that. I found that out. But also, that's where I found
Someone
out.
has to go in and allow you to do it
This is also
again.
how I found out that if you put 12 people in, it will go to certain people's spam folder if they have a
Yeah.
Google email. Because Google will know that you're on something larger than
Yeah.
11 people, and it will send it straight to your spam.
Yeah.
So if there's any Gmails in there, you gotta immediately go to a different like.
Google
method
also
of it.
changes their like receiving policies without telling anyone. So.
Craziness, man, and I'm just like that sucks for people who have to send mass emails. Where I'm like, or if you get like
Well,
the
you're supposed to use a service for it. Because like if you use, I don't know.
MailChimp.
That's
Yeah.
one, yeah. But if you use that, it won't block you.
It
And
also
you
gives you
ideally
hella
do it
data.
from a different domain or a subdomain.
You
So
can
you
also
don't
do it
ruin
from
your
mail
domain's
merge.
reputation.
in
Yeah, well,
in
they're
docs.
called merges.
But the
A
thing
mass
is,
email
I think they're
like
trying to phase
business name is a
Damn, this is
merge.
probably super boring, but like they're trying to phase out mail merge from Windows currently. So like it's like
Is it a
broken in different
feature?
ways. Yeah, so it's been a feature since like the old Microsoft like Office. So like you could literally type up a document in Word and then you can
Is
attach
it
and
going
email
away
straight
with
from there.
classic Office 365?
Yeah, because so what this allows you to do is then use an Excel sheet with like your own conditioning,
Yeah.
put the Excel sheet attached
And
to the
email
Word doc,
everyone in
and
the
then it
Excel
emails
sheet.
through
Yeah.
Word. It's the coolest shit ever. It's been around since the 90s,
Yeah.
and they're trying to phase it out. And I'm like, fuck.
They're
This,
trying-
You know how much time this saves me in my job?
So this new, you know how there's new of every Outlook app and
Yep.
classic? No,
Oh, that's so
they're
trash.
phasing out classic.
They are.
And the new gets rid of all the code from Windows 97 that was still in Office.
And that's the shit that I'm living on.
But wait, there's more. They are getting rid of the code.
But it all still
But
there.
Internet Explorer
Yeah.
still needs to be in Windows 11.
Meaning that they probably are just blocking your access, and all of this shit is still here and bloating your
Well,
computer.
They probably just ported.
I use
the
the
Internet
03.
Explorer
I use
for
the
Windows
03
11, right?
version of Outlook still,
Well,
which I had
yeah.
to download in a weird way to put on my computer. But that's the only one that makes it super easy for like emailing. Whereas like all the new ones, like they're doing too much.
They also they have this stupid thing where all the plugins are going to break because they went from like you used to be able to develop plugins for it and like have them be third party and you can just go to add a plugin and select the plugin file. Now they have to be web plugins from Microsoft's Office 365 store.
Oh,
So everything has to be like a condition or a rule essentially through Microsoft's existing shit.
Any plugin that existed as what was called a COM plugin before now has to be rewritten as a web plugin.
Yeah, I hate Microsoft.
What other fun thing did
They have a
do
terrible
recently?
Office suite, and I think everyone just buys it because of the name recognition.
They're doing some quantum computer
Oh.
research, right? Or they put something
Who
out?
cares?
They
if
can't. They can't basic
other people
compute.
are.
The fuck?
Yeah.
No, but there's like this whole outrage too for Windows 11. There's like this huge problem where so they're forcing everyone onto Windows 11 at the end of this year, and like IT people are coming up in mass, just outraged by the fact they're forcing us onto something that doesn't
Yeah.
work.
I mean, when you like an institution like where I work, where we have as many computers as we do, the IT is going to be pissed. Like it's just-
Sometimes Windows 10 says, "Hey, would you like to upgrade to Windows 11?" And then you hit upgrade, and then it does all its stuff, and then it says failed, and then it says, "Please restart to install Windows 11," and then you restart, and then you get a message that it failed, and then it says, "Please download Windows 11," and then you do it, and it fails, and then you
we're
run,
going to see the end of that company in our
and
lifetime.
then you run,
I firmly believe.
No, honestly.
and then you run the Windows installer like to fresh install Windows, and then it fails.
No way.
Just
No way. You essentially, Windows just helps you brick your computer.
Well, they actually did that on Windows 11 22H2, which was like a feature release like maybe 6 months ago. It just broke how SSDs work. And so if you had the certain SSD and you updated to this version, it would just brick the whole computer.
Oh my god.
that's crazy.
Because it changed
Man.
like page file sizes or something.
Windows constantly seems like they're building the plane while flying it. Like,
Oh, it's worse than that.
like it's like, hey, we're in the air already at 30,000 feet. Let's just
I'm-
take this wing off and
No,
like, put a new wing on.
I'm more convinced it's like some weirdly messed up but yet somehow impressive version of improv.
I feel you on the somewhat
Yeah.
impressive, where you're like,
Yeah.
you know, based on what
How
I
do
saw,
you still have customers?
Yeah, it's like based on what I saw, I don't get how the market share is still here.
Yeah, but it is.
Facts.
Yeah,
There's
No, it's just
nothing
so
for
many
him to
people
go
are
to.
relying on it, right? And then, and then they really haven't updated the architecture that much,
Well,
right? Like
that's
they're
the-
literally just
no.
adding on pieces. Everything's just a piece added on rather
Yeah.
than updating the entire thing.
If you
Yes,
have a Windows
Internet Explorer.
11 brand new computer, you can go into your program files and into Microsoft, and there is a folder titled Internet Explorer. And if you buy a nice antivirus and you do a vulnerability scan on your computer to find all of the vulnerabilities, it will tell you that you have Windows Internet Explorer installed,
You're
and
like,
you need to
Windows-
uninstall.
I feel. Can you uninstall? Have you tried?
No, it will
I was about
break
to- I was about to
everything
say,
in
I was
Windows.
going to say, won't it break your File Explorer?
The File Explorer uses it. They're like everything uses.
That's
it.
insane.
Damn.
Control Panel is in like a Internet Explorer based window.
I bet. Oh my god.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's so
What-
messed up.
why
There's
don't they just
literally
rewrite that thing, dude.
well, there's literally lines of code written for Windows 97 in this Windows 11 computer that I bought with
so
Windows
good.
11 on it.
I feel like they need to be dethroned, but they're at the point where it's like, who has the money or the relationships to
Yeah.
get their operating system on as many computers?
Do you want to see the mail settings?
No.
No, thanks.
What's the
They haven't even updated that one. Wait, no, actually, this is funny. No one's gonna be able to see this.
Yeah. While he's showing that, what's up and welcome to another episode of
Yeah,
Better Than
facts.
Cable, We're in here. We're in here this week. We got some great conversation for you if you can't tell already. You are here with DJ Bobby B, the human weapon Ananya, the coder Parse, and your least favorite singer, J-Treb. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. But yeah, we're in here. That was the spiel. Just to let y'all know, because it's not like we've been going for like 15 to 20 minutes already.
Facts.
But we told you.
Bob
We got
was
some
trying to
interesting
bring
topics
Mel up.
coming up today.
It might not show it because I don't have Outlook installed.
Oh, it's not going to show it. Why would it have the settings? Outlook had potential. I'm not even gonna lie. Every time I use it, I'm just like, damn, I could see where this could be cool, and it sucks.
That Window's from Windows XP.
It is. I was about to say, I've not seen one of those fucking boxes since
That's
Windows
crazy.
XP, and Parse can't even see this, which makes it kind of funny because Parse is just like, ooh, interesting.
That one.
Yeah, that's such
Yup.
a
Oh my
old-
god,
that's such
man,
an
I'm having
old
flashback.
window.
I'm not even gonna cap. I kind of want a Windows XP computer right now. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna use it for, but like, it'd be
Yeah,
kind of
that's
cool
the
to
thing.
have one
Get-
at home.
This one
So you can
also
get this,
has not changed.
You can get this desktop that they actually built right now that you can run old Windows systems and actually old operating systems. I think you can run even like DOS and shit on it.
Nobody wants to run
and
those.
Can't
it
you-
has like tons of ports. I can send you the link later.
Send me the
I mean,
link.
can't you run any Windows operating system on any
computer? Yeah.
x86 computer?
Yeah, but I'm sure they're not optimized.
Yeah, no,
Like
but
as long as it
hardware.
uses the
Optimized
x86
for-
instruction set,
It's
though.
supposed to be
But does it have the
optimized
same
for like
drivers?
old I can
Operating
find
Well,
systems.
it's going to run bad on a new processor because it doesn't have a good scheduler, and new processors have more than 2 cores, so it won't know what to do with like the other 12 cores.
Yeah.
But it'll
It's like,
use
we
2
can
of
use
them.
a 12th of your computing power.
Well, it'll
to
use
its
2 of
fullest
them and
extent.
probably just never touch the rest. I mean, I don't think it would run horribly because it was like also never expecting to run on a 5 gigahertz CPU.
Maybe I'll just look for a XP era Latitude that's still got a
Ew.
battery in it.
Ew.
You don't want one of those thick boys?
I've never seen an XP era Latitude.
Really?
Don't
You've
want to.
seen one. I think they're like they were in all the movies at the time because like the Latitude's been the fucking work computer forever. But like,
Is it
I can't
what
believe you
my
haven't seen one.
Inspiron, my old Inspiron looked like?
No. They look way uglier and way more 2000s. They all look like brickwork computers with fucking VGAs out the back. Like, like those laptops where the
Yeah.
screen was super thin and it had the thick thing, then it had like the trackball and the mini fucking touchpad
like
in the
a
middle.
Fun
ThinkPad.
fact, Windows.
Like a ThinkPad, but
Fun
it was,
fact.
it was
Like,
Dell's,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
Dell's
yeah.
answer
Yeah,
to it.
Fun fact, Dell and Lenovo still sell them with that like finger
They do.
mouse.
Yeah, but like that's from this era of like the XP era.
Yeah.
Like, because the XP era is when laptops really took off, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't know what the numbers probably say, but I feel like that was like the beginning of like
I
damn near
do
every card
remember-
there was
dude.
built-in Wi-Fi.
So do you remember on those ones, they had like this slot on the bottom, and to dock it, it would be like a whole
Yep,
thing you
and you
put
could
it
fucking
on
clip
the
it
bottom.
in.
Yeah.
Oh
They
my god,
used that up until
they
like
still had 'em.
2015.
Bro. Yes,
Dang.
they were still using the,
Yeah.
and they had them like so. I had an uncle who worked for an airplane company, and when he worked for that company, they had the like specific versions of those where you had to put your laptop in and then slide your work ID.
Oh,
to
I
activate
remember
your
seeing
computer.
those.
Oh yeah, that's a smart
Yeah.
card.
And I was
Yeah,
just
I remember
like,
seeing
that's
those.
crazy.
That's
that
just
setup
a
was
security
insane.
thing.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm
you
just
have
like,
to put
like
a card
that
in the side of
physical
the
is
computer.
like crazy.
You can still get laptops with smart card readers. That's like an active
yeah.
thing.
That's what's up. I didn't know those still existed because I thought that was just like so fucking futuristic and like security wise of like using the computers. Where it was like, yeah, you can take this home, but like you're going to be limited as to what you can access as opposed to when you are at work and you swipe your ID.
I'm pretty sure like every military computer needs a smart card to turn on.
Yeah, I would assume they have different
Yeah,
type of security than us because if they leave one
Well,
of
no,
those
they're
somewhere,
not different. It's those smart cards.
oh, true. Okay, so same tech.
Well, I think they're
probably
like
a bit
20
more
years
advanced.
behind in technology, if we're being all honest.
I mean, I would assume they're actually more advanced, but
think
like,
you'd
but I
be
would assume, but I
surprised.
would assume their hardware is behind because a lot of
Yes.
well,
That
current,
specifically is
in
what I'm
current
talking
day, it's
about.
probably different. But in the past, the military had a lot of things before us. But I can see how in today's world, it's probably flipped.
Yeah.
Because like the military had access to a lot of the
Well,
like
there's the-
common technologies that we have like years ago, but they never had the interfaces we had.
And I don't mean to be like an expert on the military here. I was not in the military. This is what I've
So
heard.
this is research on
This
the
is what I've
internet.
heard. Is that, so basically, well, and I also have experience with this, selling them things. So
Little things.
3D printers.
I was about to say, are you trying to beat the
No.
military
So,
allegation?
well, that helps. That helps, like selling things to the military, because it's like, so they cannot buy anything with any part manufactured outside the states in terms of electronics, any sort of networking application that's pre-installed unless it's done in their facility, and like no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So 90% of electronics the military just can't buy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
The
yeah.
computers they
But,
buy
like,
from
90%
Dell
of
are
them
like
should be.
specific like military SKUs.
Yeah. I mean,
And
like, I
they're
feel like
all-
they should have
yeah.
that amount of lockdown. I mean, I'm not a military supporter by any means, but it's also like I understand how a military person losing or getting their computer hacked could be threatening to a lot of lives.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's crazy, but it probably needs to happen.
This company, Ultimaker, made all of their printers overseas. They had one factory in the U.S. that only made military SKU machines.
That is insane. The military had a need.
No,
for
I get
large
they
order
need that
3D
level
printers.
of
Those are like small ones
checking
too. They
too, because
also,
I mean, imagine like a Chinese manufacturer made the chips for like tanks, right? Like that would be the dumbest thing ever, right? Like if we ever went against them, they can just disable those chips and we're screwed, right?
So
Like,
that's why you
they
can't
need
buy
to have-
anything made
They
outside
need to
the
have
US.
these restrictions. Yeah, they need to
in
have
the
these
world we
restrictions.
live
Makes sense.
in, where like
Yeah.
we constantly think everybody's out for us. Yeah, you can't like at all.
Everyone is
have
out
that.
for us.
Well,
That's not
everyone is
true.
Everyone's
out
out
for
for
I
you.
mean,
It is.
like,
It is
they're
true.
hunting
It is
you.
100%.
I don't think that's
It's
100%
They're
true.
hunting the human weapon here.
It
too.
is.
That's crazy.
We live in like a cushiony society where it isn't
do
kill or
live
be
in a
killed.
cushy- we do live in a cushy
Right when you
society.
exit the society, it is kill or be killed, man.
But
It-
I guess I'm thinking of it from
things.
the standpoint of like this is higher up people who want to hurt higher up people, whereas I assume the average people in these countries could give two fucks, meaning that most people are not out to get each other.
Let's
But most-
collaboratively
but
start a
but
moon
most-
base as a planet.
Or we could not. Like, there's zero practical application.
Yeah.
Common goal.
I don't even see how that.
It's
like,
a teamwork
Let's
exercise.
fix like homelessness first before we build like
The homeless
places for
people can
to
live
go
on the
home.
moon.
That is insane.
That's
like I just
crazy,
want to point
bro.
out that's crazy. Like, just for
Send
the
them to
record.
Mars. Send them to Mars real
You
quick.
lost your house, go to the moon. I think that's really
It's
funny.
not a like you have to go to the
That's
moon.
I
Elon's
feel
plan,
like
bro.
that's
He's
kinda
gonna
how
send
it
them to Mars.
sounded.
He's gonna send them to Mars real quick,
You
dude.
said, you know what we should do with all these unhoused people? Like, throw them into space. Like, they could be our guinea pigs.
You're changing my word.
I mean, you're right, but at the same time, I think there was a little implication in there.
I gave them a place to live. You're saying it like we're
I don't
shooting
know
them at
about
the
all that.
sun.
Yeah.
We have houses here.
Is that a place? Is that a place to live?
I feel like you made them an
I
experiment.
think they'd rather. I think they'd still rather just be in the tent on the side
Honestly,
of the street.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I was unhoused and you asked me,
Yeah.
would you like a condo on the moon or this tent? I'm gonna pick the tent.
Is it because they don't have tents on the moon?
No. It's because it's the fucking moon, and I'm not gonna be your guinea pig.
Yeah,
I think if you
got me on that.
put me on a tent on the moon, I might shoot. Like I might literally spit in your face.
I mean, I thought it might be because of the
It's like we'll take your exact tent and put it on the moon. I think we'd fight.
same model.
No, I think we'd fight.
Same
Like
model.
I the disrespect that I would feel in that sentence as an unhoused person.
That's
I would be
crazy.
like, oh my God, did you just tell me you're going to make me homeless on the moon?
Well, if you wanted the tent,
Yeah, I feel like you're not the right salesman to go out and try to get the unhoused people on the on your side. Now
That's
that I
crazy,
hear your rhetoric, we might have to send a different team if you want that goal.
I'm trying to
Life won't
let you
change.
bring your
You're just
tent
gonna be in
with.
space.
the thing you're so
Bring your tent, and you'll
Yeah.
also get a condo that you can put the tent in.
yeah. We'll set up you a tent condo. That's
Yeah.
just like a box for your tent to go in.
You know, honestly, we
Wild.
could just send people who want to go. And
Well, maybe
then-
they want to go.
But no, here's the thing.
You,
What if-
how
what if
many
we-
homeless
what if we-
people have
what
you
if
asked
we-
if they want to go live on the moon?
Honestly, look, you're right. We could send out a survey. We can get an interest form.
What if
going.
it's like 93% interest?
Guaranteed
Then
it's
are you
fucking-
mad at me for doing this?
I guarantee you it's not. You know, without any knowledge, without any data, I just know that 93% is the
93.
most far-fetched number we would ever have. Like,
Further fetched than 100%?
I think we're more
well,
looking
what's
at the
the-
7. But like,
Let's think about this money wise, right? Imagine sending all those people to space. How much would that cost versus just helping them find normal housing?
Well, they're
you know?
taking
we have literally enough housing in America to house all the unhoused people. Like they got kicked out of somewhere. They had a house. Like they didn't wasn't born and
just-
died on the street. I just don't see how we send them to the moon and make that be like, wasn't this your aspirational goal? And it's like,
Yeah.
no, I just wanted a house.
Moon
Like,
society
The moon
will
doesn't
be
make
its
it.
own thing.
moon society.
There will be moon culture.
Maybe
They'll
they're
own
already.
their own little piece
do
of the
you
moon.
expect the unhoused people to also create their own form of government, or are they going to be governed by people who were previously housed?
I mean, it's whoever they elect.
That's crazy. So we're gonna have a democratic moon election amongst the 93% of unhoused
It's their,
people.
their
who
own
decide to
celestial
go.
body. I don't
This
see
is
how we
crazy.
could
This
enforce
is
our will
crazy.
there.
This really.
What do you think they're gonna like?
This feels like, in a sense,
is
like
like setting-
moving Native
Yeah.
Americans to certain parts of the country and being like,
Legit.
you can have that land.
Legit.
It seems a little
Like a
colonizer-ish,
reservation.
but in a weird way.
I don't know what's wrong.
You know,
It's like
We build So collectively,
I think we should go survey.
Let me run you through.
I think we should go
modern
survey.
day
We should
Trail of
ask
Tears.
a couple unhoused people.
legit.
We should ask a couple unhoused people if they would go to the moon tomorrow if it was an option.
Let me run you through the plan from the start.
Okay.
Okay. So we build a moon base.
Okay.
Like just collectively as a planet,
Okay.
big teamwork exercise.
And
right?
how many- okay.
Everyone's involved. No more war. We're at peace. Everyone.
Okay. So we have an idyllic world.
Yeah, because we all work together towards a common goal, and now we all understand
I
each
just
other
don't-
and our differences.
You lose me so right here when you say
Yeah.
that we have all of the world's collective power, and our first thing isn't to like fix unhoused people or hunger. Like 'cause
I
I'm just
told
like,
you
why are
that's
we-
step 2.
I think it should be step 1.
Send
Well,
them to the
step
moon.
1, we have to get people to stop fighting. So we need a common goal.
Okay, 1 and then 1A.
1A,
What would that
offer
common
all the
goal
homeless
be?
people who really want to go to the moon rides to the moon.
Can we address what that common goal would be? What could
It's to build a moon base.
We all it's the 60s. We're back around space travel, but we're doing it united.
Yeah, everyone. Well,
Like
what
after
really
Kennedy
trips this
hyper-
off is the fake alien
after
evidence we
Kennedy
plant that
hyper-
convinces everyone an
Or-
alien being's coming to kill them. That's what really unites the peoples.
So we're still doing this through fear and threat of war.
No,
So we didn't do anything, but we just turned our collective war
we
efforts.
use fear?
we're
Yeah.
just-
Wait, hold on.
aliens.
So aliens are now the thing in the issue that's causing us to collectively build a moon base. And so are we
Yeah.
now?
Why
Are we
we're
now
sending
sending the
homeless people.
are we now sending the unhoused people to the moon as like the first line of defense?
Yeah, legit.
Like, are they bait now? Like, now you're
no.
losing me. You're
They'll
losing
have
me.
jobs. There'll be defense items.
That's wild.
So we're turning them into
Their
a militia on the moon.
Their first line of defense.
I wouldn't even say that. There'll
as
be
an unhoused person,
teachers
I'm
and
turning
farmers
this down.
and
This is crazy.
miners, I assume. Like there's
Miners?
Miners on the moon.
Miners they always die. There's no minor life where
No.
you don't end up with cancer and die.
But
like
except this one, because you're in like your own little bubble because there's no oxygen.
There's no way. There's no way.
These miners are just like a death star.
Miners through history, every type of mining has led to death. Like,
There's got to be some minerals there.
yes, but there's also not a type of mining that has not led to wide
We could
death.
have like sand farmers.
That's crazy.
Like maybe there's just diamonds in the moon
sounds like
sand,
we're,
and
like,
you just have a
slowly
little
slipping
robot guy.
into like the planet of Jakku in like the Star Wars universe, like where it was just the planet that Anakin is from,
Yeah.
and everyone's poor, and they just
Well,
like this.
I
this
mean,
I feel like they
Who
just
said
sit there-
everyone's poor?
and everyone on that planet was fucking poor. What do you
What?
mean?
They
There was
were
no-
poor here. They weren't poor on the moon.
But this is what I'm saying. Like if we send all, it seems like we're just trying to.
Your debt can't follow you to another planet.
That's. I guess.
It's a fresh
Is that the
start.
law? Is that the law that's going to be in place?
I mean,
No
it's
debt.
fuck,
Well,
the, fuck the unhoused people. I guarantee you, a
to
lot
be
of people in
honest,
the middle
okay.
class would go.
To be honest,
if your
okay.
debt doesn't
I
travel.
don't know if your debt's gonna follow you. That's up to the Republic of the Moon. I'm gonna say it's
Republic
probably
of the
not gonna
Moon.
follow you.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Bobby.
All I'm seeing is a whole bunch of people racking up crazy debt on
Yeah.
Earth and then just being like, I'm just gonna go to the moon tomorrow. Like, fuck it, man. Life's getting hard. I'm just gonna
Spending
switch.
like $20 million, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta take it to the moon.
Honestly, I feel like that's the best way to do it. You know, you get a couple credit cards, take all the cash out,
Yeah,
go
you
to the moon,
send it.
convert
What
it.
if you ever need to come back?
Oh, you're fucked. You can't.
Yeah.
You got a bounty on you.
You're
stuck.
deciding you're on the moon forever at that
Oh
point.
yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't do that for 20 mil. 20 mil, you're not moving planets. It seems like you would have moved planets for less.
I don't
Right?
think I'm moving planets. For
That's
20
crazy. So you're sending the unhoused people to a place you're not even.
I'm
gonna go
not
yourself.
sending anyone anywhere. I am offering a fresh start. Something new.
This reminds me of that movie. Have you guys seen that Elysium?
Yes.
With the-
oh my
yeah,
god.
what's wrong with
Matt
that
Damon?
movie?
It's not that great. But I mean,
It's
aside
but
from that,
it's like the inverse of that, right? Like, or it sent the poor people to the moon. You
We
know,
aren't
like,
sending the poor people to the moon, though.
I feel
We're
like, I feel
asking
you're
nicely
entitled-
if the poor people would like to
We're
rise to
asking
the moon.
nicely.
There's very few differences when you're asking a person under duress.
Yeah.
Who says they're under duress?
They don't have homes. They're under duress.
Maybe they're perfectly happy not having a home.
That's okay.
no,
Hey,
some. I mean,
let's go do a couple
some
real
people
world
are.
surveys and come
There,
back.
there
to this
are.
topic.
That one
There
would
are a
surprise
few.
you.
I feel like it'll surprise me, but I feel like it'll be a low percentage.
No,
Happy,
but
happy
there
and
are.
content with your setting are different things.
I got him.
No. I'll give you this. There are a few people that are happy because like
Parsons on board.
He
now.
said a few. He said a few. Don't stretch that. Don't stretch that. He's loosely on your side.
Well, there's let's say that's like only like 5% of the homeless population, but there are a few that like the freedom
I'm
of
not
being
trusting
outside
any
of
of your
the system.
percentages after 93.
Dude,
Right?
okay.
So,
That was not a stated fact. That's what we need to get.
so they're out of the system, so they enjoy being outside of the system, right?
Yeah.
But this would put them back in the system.
Why don't we
bro.
just
They're
ask
gonna
all the
commit
white people who call themselves
They're
sovereign
gonna-
citizens?
You say it would put them in the system, but I couldn't see it moving them farther outside of the system
Well, now they're in
than
a new
they've ever
system.
been.
No,
Yeah,
they're just
it's
in a
a
new
whole
system.
new system.
But they're in a system.
Yeah, but that's a system.
don't
They were in
Right,
a
but
system
now-
when they were homeless.
But see, when they're unhoused, then I feel like it's like it's a difference because you don't have to follow societal norms in the same way. The second you put them into society, you don't
They
have to follow
make their
some-
own.
Yeah, but okay, yeah. This sounds like a crazy experiment. This just sounds like a social experiment. That's all this sounds like.
Legit.
This just sounds like something that you'd watch on television. Like I watched this movie. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think we should do it in the real world.
I think it's. What if people want to go to the moon?
If they want to go,
maybe we just
this
need to
should be
make this a
volunteer
movement.
only. This should
That
be,
was the
We
whole
didn't-
point.
we didn't-
No one said. I
but
literally
we
have
should
said
not.
like,
We should not target the unhoused. Though, I
like
guess is my
30
thing.
times I've
that
been
should
like,
be
we
the
are
target
forcing
audience.
no one to go to the moon.
Yeah, but that's why.
It's
That's why I'm
just
like.
only going to be offered
Wait,
if
so-
you have not
wait,
owned a
If
home.
you go ask somebody who's unhoused in Chicago when it's 6 degrees outside, I'm considering that under duress, and I think they're all going to pick the moon.
Maybe
Like,
I'm
that-
not
that's what
asking
you-
when it's 6 degrees outside.
Okay, you got to ask during a good season. You can only ask people who already have an established tent.
Fine.
Like it's got to
we're
be like
asking.
things like that.
We're asking early May.
Early May is crazy.
Best outdoor temperatures.
No.
So wait, why wouldn't you send prisoners there first?
Hold on.
Wait,
Hold on.
that's
Hold on.
worse.
Hold on.
Yo.
We have lost
Then
the
we're
plot.
gonna lose
We
the
have
moon.
lost the plot. We have
God
lost the
damn.
plot. Because that's worse. Once again,
Yeah.
great movies. You guys got some
Facts.
great scripts on your
Facts.
hands. We should
I-
not do this in fucking real life.
I was never sending homeless people. I was offering homeless people the
They,
chance
they
to
have
start
priority.
anew.
They have priority in your scenario here.
They have priority. We'll ask some other people eventually, but yes.
Yeah,
it's
and ours-
only if they say yes and sign all the contracts and
I'll give you that. Yours had a lot more officialness. There's a lot of red tape on this one. There's a lot of red tape on this one.
that one sounds like we're just shipping whole prisons.
Literally,
to
that's
the moon.
exactly what it sounds like. Like
I'm not gonna lie. That one also sounds like we're gonna lose the moon at some point.
Oh, not even that.
like
Not even
lose
gonna lose
it.
the moon.
Not like lose it. We're gonna lose control of the moon.
We're losing lives. I
Oh, yeah.
confidently think
Yeah.
people are going to get killed in this transition. Like, and also, I don't see how in a capitalistic society those prisoners are not going to be exploited in some way, either on
Yeah,
the
they're
moon
gonna
or
start
before they
mining
leave
the
for the
moon.
moon.
They're gonna start mining
Well,
the
there's,
moon.
there's our moon miners.
That's crazy. Now making that a prison, no, they're gonna kill everybody. We're losing the moon, like you said. 'Cause
Yeah.
If I was in prison today,
I feel like
and
this
you
is a better
said,
movie
Suit
plot.
up, you're going to
That's not
you're
like
going to
8
moon.
months stint on the moon.
Yeah, well, not even.
They get
Yeah,
sent
like,
to
oh my
the
god, I'm
moon
killing
to
everybody.
mine
I'm opening the hatch. I
yeah.
don't know what I'm doing, but it's
Yeah,
dressed.
it's over.
Like it's over with because you all don't care about my fucking life, and I don't care about yours. Like that's how this is going. I'm scorched earth, scorched moon.
Like
Literally
imagine
face.
they just find some like rare mineral on the moon, and they're like, "All right, we need to get that. Who are we gonna send?" And then
All
they
right,
just
now
send.
we're just reading back the plot of Avatar.
That's what we're doing. We're also just quoting history of
Yeah.
literally what happened with the United States and the native population. So like, you're right. We're repeating ourselves.
That
at
was
this
not
point.
for a common goal, though.
It was. The common goal is to take the land from natives. They did it. That was the,
No,
that was
but
the,
yeah,
that was the
but-
biggest common goal we've had as
The,
Americans.
the whole planet was not involved.
You're right. You're
That's
right.
my point.
Just a large portion of
When,
Europe.
when
the
the whole
definition
planet
of the
thinks
frontier
there's a threat to our
the
existence
frontier
as
of Native
humans,
Americans.
we will
And-
unite.
Yeah, but see, I feel like the fact that we need a threat of human existence going away, I don't know. Fuck it. And just take us with an asteroid. I don't want to fucking be here anymore. That's where I get with all these convos. Because it's like, if we all need, for us to be nice to each other and share everything, we need the threat of like an extraterrestrial force. I'm just like, damn, we don't deserve to be
Lost
here.
the plot.
Like
I would argue that's nature.
No, I don't argue it's nature.
Yeah, because
Prey
as in
predator.
nature, you think you're an apex predator until
We
you
have
find
moved-
the apex predator.
We have moved so
Then
far
you get
past
smart.
nature. Like,
I
yes,
disagree.
but to say that these things are nature is ridiculous because we can obviously move away from nature. We are in a studio live streaming right now. None of this is nature, and we're doing it voluntarily, meaning we can go against nature. We put on clothing. We go pee in toilets and not on trees. We can go against nature. We choose not to. So I'm not going to say it's nature to just do that. Like, I don't know. It's not. Like, it's...
Well, no, but I'm
that is
so
taking
I'm
nature, right?
I'm taking,
we
like-
ignore nature until it looks at us in the face. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but then
Like,
again, if your nature is to kill people, then you're like we're not the ones who should have made it. That means we killed all the nice people, and nice was the nature at some point, but just the bad people won.
Well, no, so we're taking different definitions of the word nature too.
Okay.
Anything that happens on this planet is nature, whether
Okay,
we
that's
create it
broad.
or not.
That's broad as fuck.
Because
If
we
we're
were
going that
created
broad, then
on
I'll
this
give it to you.
planet.
Yeah,
And if
We're-
you believe
we
there's
are
some
a portion
sort
of nature.
So we are the apex predators of this planet.
no,
We
also
own it.
we're more complicated than anything we've ever made. You know what I'm saying? So like the fact that we were made fucking naturally from evolution is ridiculous,
Nature.
right? So
It
that
is, but the fact that we
feels
survived is the
nature
crazier
is
part.
a certain technology, dude. Like nature itself is a certain technology.
I
you know?
agree, but also,
very interesting.
like what you're saying is by like us being nature, like we are the apex predator, but we are only the apex predator because of our grouping. If any of us alone get fucked. Like, we cannot survive alone, meaning nature should be us coming together rather than fighting each other. Because if we all individually go
Yeah.
face a bear,
No.
we're not gonna fucking do
No,
it.
it
But if you
is-
got like 10 guys, a fucking trank gun, and a rope, maybe you could do some shit, you know?
No,
Like,
so that is what it is. Nature is us coming together. But the thing
to
about
fight each other?
the thing about a bunch of apex predators in the same space is they're gonna fight with each other
you have to
if
find
they
that
think
alpha.
there's no other threat.
Yeah,
Because
we-
they all
Yeah.
want to be the alpha.
That's
As
so
soon
dumb.
as there is an outside threat to their existence, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter who's the alpha because everyone will lose.
Yeah.
No,
So
because
people
right
will work together.
everyone wants to be the alpha because then you can control the resources, you can
Yeah.
control whatever you
But
want,
like,
right?
we
And
can
do whatever you
obviously
want.
remove the need for alpha.
And
I'd argue this is all very primal.
mean,
like the way
yeah,
the
But
world
the thing
works.
is,
like
we are
our
so far
animal.
past primal, bitch. I get my nails done.
But
There's
we
nothing
still
primal
are
about
primal.
me.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're still an
No,
animal.
it's not the end of the day though. That's my thing.
still
Like,
like,
the day,
you
the
still
day don't
wanna be
end.
the
But like,
alpha.
I agree. If the apocalypse
the-
happens
here's the best
tomorrow and
example.
we remove all of our creature comforts that we've created, I think that what you're saying makes logical sense. But we have moved so far past it that I'm like, that can't be the only thing we hold on to. That can't be the one primal thing we hold on to.
I think
No,
it's
but-
just
alright, so
like I
here's-
said,
here's
it's
the
in
best
our
example.
nature. Like it's
Yeah,
just
no, here's the
how,
best
How we
example.
fight
Unconscious
nature
thing.
though? Why don't we fight this one?
but it's just how like herds of animals work.
Yeah.
Like at some point, a rat thought they were an apex predator,
Yeah.
and then they ran into something that killed them.
A cat.
Sure.
No, like so the main thing is like you want to be the apex so that no one can control you, right? So the best example is like you having a boss. A lot of the time you don't like your boss. You don't want to listen to what your boss does, but since they're your boss, you got to do it, right? So it's like we don't even want people to control us to any degree, right? So every country is basically, vying for the apex spot, right? Basically that number one spot because they don't want anyone to control them, right?
But this
No
also
one
means that
controls
none of
the
us
US,
individually
you know what I'm saying?
none of us individually could be an apex predator though. So it's like underneath
No.
this mindset that means that I should just
No.
fucking hate
Yeah.
everybody and treat them as competition.
I disagree.
It's like a union. It's like
I
if your boss
disagree.
is
It's
bad,
it's
that's
not
when
you
people
hate
come together.
everybody.
Well, no. Let me rephrase. I don't hate everybody, but I view everyone as competition. I view everyone as someone who could potentially control me, and they need to be defeated. Like that. That is the
argue
view
it's
of what
even
this
more
is saying.
subtle than that.
That's crazy.
If you put yourself in your own mind above other people.
That's called narcissism, though. Like we've invented a word for it.
Yeah,
Like,
because we're all it, because we've been bred to be it for centuries.
which I just
Everyone-
we've been
But
apex
there are
predators.
several,
Hey, right,
several things bred
Yeah.
out by evolution, and it's like I feel like we are optionally.
But
picking
it's not
this one.
going to be the thing that took over this planet, because that's what that is.
But it's like that creates a never-ending cycle where everyone and no one is special at the same time, because individualistically we think we're special, and then as a whole we become not special because we are internally fighting. Like, and I see what you're saying in the sense of like, then we have some large existential force that can fuck us all up, and we get it that we all can like die or like not continue life as we know it, then we band together. But it's like, no, but it's like, with that knowledge, come together before it gets here, and we're fucking stronger than anything.
But that's not how it works.
But that's literally logic. Then. Like,
no, I understand what you're saying. It's just not how it works, because then you have to convince everyone that it's going to happen and be like, we can do this to prepare. But someone there is going to be like, bullshit. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. You need the actual threat. Of another apex predator, and your species will.
The definition of competition, right? It's like right when there's any competition, there's people work harder than ever to beat someone else, dude. Right? There's some kind of fucking internal. There's some kind of internal clock in your head where it's like, if I gotta beat someone else, I'm gonna try as hard as possible, right? So you can you can make breakthroughs, you can do all sorts of shit when you're in that kind of mental state, and that's where humanity has thrived. Under that like stress state, which is it's kind of messed up, but like you know what I'm saying. But that's where we
do our best shit under pressure.
Yeah, but it's like, but we also perform our worst acts in that sense. Like in the sense of like, you have to come here and you have to steal enough land and build a country. Obviously, you then go get slaves to do the work so that you don't have to pay for it. Like, it's a corner cut to get to a larger, better future. So it's like, and it's justified underneath the like terms of like, this advances something so I can justify my behavior. So it's like that, like becoming the apex requires in our human nature so much terrible shit that is just like, what is the purpose of getting there at the end of the day? Or at least to me, like, cause it's, I don't know. Cause it's like when you view, I want us to get hit by a fucking asteroid.
Peace.
Give up. Like, I just like take us out like the dinosaurs.
I think the asteroid would do just the same. If
I
it was
honestly
a real
like,
asteroid.
dude, at this point, shoot me to the moon with no colony there. Like, I just don't fucking care. Like, I just think that humanity's not worth saving.
All you have to do is give up your home.
You're being like Ananya
like immediately. Keep it paid. Like, put an unhoused person in there. Fucking shit.
You're being like Ananya with the black hole. I'm down to go, bro.
Dude, it's like, fuck it, shoot me into it, because I don't want to fucking be here. Like, I think we're human wrong so bad that I'm just like, these conversations are accidentally like making me just like a nihilist. Like, I'm just like, fuck.
No. Let me ask you to hold that thought for a second, because we have gone on about an hour-long tangent that was not.
We've yet to talk about the topic.
So, out of curiosity,
we can just rename the episode.
Did anyone think there was anything significant about the iPhone 16?
No.
That's such a hot topic.
Crazy transition. That's such a crazy transition, but no.
This is what we used. This is what we used to justify slavery. Hold on.
Oh, and look at the different viewers that have popped in. I'm so curious.
Crazy. I'm so interested if what.
I hope at least one person was like, I want to see some analysis on this. We're talking about like the existentialism of me sending homeless people to the moon.
But it's like, which part did they come in on? Because that's the crazier part to have come in on and been like, I thought we were going to hear about the iPhone 16.
Right around 20 minutes, we hooked someone for a while.
We did. We really got them. We really got them.
Maybe two people, yeah.
Let's go.
And they were like, I don't know if this is about the iPhone. But
no, this is about the iPhone, though. It all has to do with...
Everything is about the iPhone.
It's how Apple controls things. And Apple's... Our masters, they're controlling.
To tie this to a portion of our conversation we were having earlier, I'm seeing Apple start to go down the route of where Microsoft is now. Like, I can see Apple becoming the shit we just talked about Microsoft in easily 5 years from now with the path that they're on.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah, no, and someone had made a great comparison. It's like Apple is the new IBM, where they were the complete shit, right? Like they were the top dog.
If you didn't have IBM, you didn't have shit.
It's like, what happened, bro?
It's like
you guys were innovating like crazy, and then the innovation's gone.
I disagree with that.
I feel like
IBM's just less like consumer facing now.
But I mean, I'd call that pivot. I'd call that pivot failure only in the sense that IBM did want everything. They wanted prosumer, consumer, and
that's fair. They wanted to be Sears of computers.
They wanted it, and Apple got what they wanted, which is why I could see people calling Apple the IBM, because I feel like if you would have asked somebody in the 90s where they wanted to be in the 2020s, it is exactly where Apple is sitting. And they got none of that. Like,
I mean, I'll give Apple the hardware. Like the stuff they've been doing with the chips has been pretty awesome. But even the recent chips,
But
hasn't
they just
changed
caught
that
up.
much.
They're using ARM chips
Yeah.
that are roughly equivalent to the x86 chips.
They shut up a portion of people who complained about power for years.
And now they're drawing power again.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Because
now
you need more power to go faster and be hotter.
and now their new problem is they've caught up to the people who have consistent complaints about how you could easily just do this differently and make this more powerful. So it's like they just put themselves in a new race that that wasn't even like the race they were in before. I felt was cooler because they were fighting for being in society. Apple became a societal product. Like they didn't care if it was the fastest. They cared if everybody had it in their pocket. Yeah. And now they're like, we got all of y'all. So now let's match the power. And now it's like we got all of y'all and we got the power. What the fuck are y'all fighting for now? Like, it's almost like, what's your company's direction? Like,
well,
that's
kind of it. Exactly. That's
at
kind of
this point, it's just a preference choice. Like, what do you want to use? Which also, like, this is so backwards, but Windows machines are getting more and more expensive too, to the point where, like, the Mac Mini is now like the cheapest way to get a computer.
And back in the day when I fell in love with the Mac Mini, like when I was in fucking grammar school and I saw that thing, I didn't like it because of the power, because of the price. I liked it because of how Apple marketed it and how it was so Apple, like in the sense of it. And now it's like that computer has become the cheapest way to get powerful computing in your home.
Yeah.
Like that's and it's I don't know. It's like those are different categories for them to be in, and I was a purchaser in this category, not the new category.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm interested. But to bring it to the 16E, I love a good Apple conference, love a good Apple drop, and I literally just watched them announce every single spec and feature from last year's iPhone 5 regular, iPhone 15 regular.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
That's all this was, and I've never been more frustrated.
Dude,
like,
I didn't even watch it.
Different colors.
The first one, I didn't watch the
it was
whole
just
video.
it was a little press drop. Like think the iPad releases in COVID. It wasn't anything large. It was just a couple YouTube videos.
I forgot it was happening.
I didn't forget.
I knew it was not going to be a fold.
I didn't know what they were gonna drop, but like I went on Mac Rumors, and Mac Rumors was ripped. Like they were just like, here are the specs, next to the Pro, and I'm like, dude, this is the site. If they don't have hype, no one has hype.
Yeah. Why did Tim Cook like make us think it was something crazier than this? This was garbage, dude.
I feel like Apple just wants it all.
They're struggling to get press now, is actually what I think.
I could believe that.
They made people think it's bigger, so people pay attention.
They started paying for advertising back on Twitter, so they're back on. So they need money.
The app formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you. When you said Twitter, I didn't even. I forgot that they renamed it.
You got to preface it. It's got to be the app formerly known as Twitter.
I noticed on the site that when you do the comparison options, because they always have a beautiful web page for every drop. Whoever's doing Apple's web pages, all like fucking amazing.
Beautiful web page.
Like they have a job after Apple goes.
If
Apple
on that
goes under.
CSS on that is crazy.
Because it's so dope. But if you scroll down, it'll let you compare features with other phones. There's only 3 phones that they have listed, and I was like, I feel like you just showed your hand right here at who you're trying to advertise this phone to, Samsung. And which phones people are holding on to the longest.
Yeah.
It had both models of the SE, the 2nd gen and the 3rd gen, iPhone 12 and iPhone 11. And I was like, so those are the people who haven't upgraded through all of your bullshit.
I didn't need my 14 over my 12 Pro.
I have a 16 right now, and I'm not even going to cap a 12 Pro probably.
Same thing, yeah.
I honestly, I don't think I noticed a difference in my pocket.
Difference in my,
but that's you can obviously tell if those are the only phones that you're advertising to compare this to on the website. Those are people you're trying to get. Because when I saw this phone, all I thought was my mom has an SE. This is a good phone for her to get to put her into the ecosystem. Yeah. But it's not even as cool as the SEs were back in the day. Like the SEs back in the day, the whole point was this housing is 2 years old.
I want an iPhone 16C.
Nah, we can't go back to plastic. We can't go back to plastic.
That'd be ugly.
I hated them fucking phones.
Yeah.
I hate the touch. I hate the feel. It's an iPod. It's
I think it would be hilarious.
That phone was for children.
Yeah, legit.
I think it would be hilarious. If
it felt like a toy phone.
Yeah. But the SE back in the day, it used to be a big camera upgrade in an old body, new chip.
Yeah.
And the goal was for it to have no fanfare. It wasn't big. It was the iPhone you just get. And I thought that was the cool part. This had so much hype. I was like, you just made this phone uncool. Yeah. You just hyped this up like you really dropped something. The SE was never a front page item.
Yeah.
Maybe for a day. But now you're like, everybody buy the 16E. No one's buying this. But everyone is now saying there's probably going to be an iPad refresh because
Yeah.
this is not being received well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a market where people don't fucking upgrade.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Facts.
like, what is your goal right now as a company?
Facts.
Like,
Hot take: Apple might be bleeding money right now.
oh, I could see it.
No,
I could
honestly,
see it.
after Vision Pro,
Oh,
I
yeah,
could
that
totally
failed.
see it.
I think they're not willing to call it a failure, but I think it might have. I think it might be
failed.
on their failure category.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like when are you going to stop software updates? That's what I'm waiting to hear or see on Mac rumors, where they're like, we're
End
ending
of
software.
support.
Yep. I'm just
Yeah.
waiting for that message to be on the top page of the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's crazy.
Because I mean, what's
Same
selling
old
right
Apple.
now? Like, I mean, iPhones are probably selling as much
Just
as
the
they
normal
do, but,
iPhone.
I was about to, I can't,
Sales, though.
like, what would boost their sales
like
right now?
maybe
What would cause a spike?
MacBooks.
Nothing.
There's
Yeah.
nothing
If,
in the
if they
lineup.
actually make the Apple glasses and not Vision Pros.
Yeah, but
I don't
see,
even
now-
know if that would cause a spike. 'Cause people would be like, "You failed."
No, if they
Yeah.
nail it, like, if they actually put all the Vision Pro features onto glasses and like do it well, I think there might
like
be.
they would have
might be-
to. They would
That
have
would be
to.
so hard to do, though, is to put that on.
I think even if they did it, it's not going to sell if you don't have a
Like
Steve Jobs
Facebook did it.
one more thing
Facebook
type
did it, right?
presentation. You need
Yeah,
that
and
like.
right.
facts. You need
those-
to
one
sell
more
it.
thing.
You need to
And that,
market
but
it.
like,
like
but
to
the
dub.
reason why one more thing was cool because he would say some shit that was already fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like he's
facts.
dropped something that's years
Facts.
ahead of other people, the design you've never
Facts.
seen
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
and then you come back on stage and be like, and
Yeah,
I have the product that's
you
about to
gotta
change
be
your fucking
wearing
life.
them the whole time.
literally,
You gotta be wearing them the whole time. and
Like
being
literally, I was
yo.
wearing it the whole fucking time. Like
Yeah.
the last good one, like fucking one more thing was the Apple Watch because
Yeah,
Tim Cook
facts.
came back out on stage with his sleeve rolled up.
Yeah.
and it was just like, oh, that's thug. Like that was
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
did it. Like you invented something that was so cool. We all speculated. We thought you weren't gonna say it. And then you roll that fucking sleeve up and you showed off that fucking $10,000 version, that initial
yeah,
one
the
with that
ceramic.
Hermes bit, and everybody's like, "Yo, this is great showmanship." Like Apple needs to go back to being about showmanship, bro.
Yeah.
Like fuck
Yeah.
the actual
The
advancement of
greatest
tech.
showman.
Do something dope. Like
Yeah,
do
for
something
real.
just because it's
Yeah.
cool.
For real.
Like, I don't care if it's got a
Yeah.
5-year-old
There was
processor.
aura,
if
like,
it's
as-
cool. Like,
As they
Yeah.
say, there's aura nowadays, bro.
Yeah.
There's aura. You know what I'm saying? Like Steve Jobs had that aura real quick.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
the way you sold it.
or
It's like I
Riz.
want it.
Yeah.
he had it all.
I want it.
Like even
Like,
if he he was not that good of a person, and still after he's dead, people are like, yeah, but they make a sell product.
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
Yeah.
that's crazy
Facts.
work. Like,
Yeah.
He was an
Changed the
asshole,
world.
but he was great at his job. Like,
and I'm not
he
even
was really
supporting
good.
people being assholes. Like, I'm not saying Apple needs
No,
another
it
asshole.
was the Kobe type of shit. You know, it's like
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
this dude was hardcore. He
Yeah.
wanted to win no matter what.
Business was his court. Like,
Yeah.
he was playing the game, but like, nah, because like to drop this with so little fanfare, I'm just like, bro, like from all I know about how Steve Jobs drops products, like this would have been like yo, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
Like he's coming
Yeah.
through like Jesus at the fucking temple, like telling everybody get the fuck out, flipping tables, like bro, like because there's no way.
shit.
Like that's the same thing he did when he got the
Let's
company
just
back
send Ashton Kutcher there and see what happens.
in character.
Yeah, in
Like, send
character.
him- yeah.
Like he has to fully go into
Yeah,
that.
he's got to
character.
like restudy for the role again, like
Yeah.
get into the
Yes.
life, let his hair grow out.
Just send him there like
So,
that
dude, my-
and tell him you're
my
top
thing
dog
too
and
is-
see what happens.
Dude, with Apple, it's like they have so much money, right? Like we heard about all the reserves of money they got. Why don't they just dedicate, be like, yo, let's send like 50 million and just research some crazy shit and just see what comes out of that. You know, it's like, why don't they just do that? Like
I feel like
they
once
should
you
no
hit
really
a,
just
motivation
start
to.
trying different
yeah,
stuff.
like once you hit a certain number, you don't have motivation to try anything different because you won capitalism. And I mean, to the best extent, you can't win capitalism unless you make more money every single year until you
Yeah.
fucking die.
That's
and then
where
after
they're
you die, you
failing
still have to
at.
keep making money. But like, it's one of those things where it's like they've won the game to its best extent right now. It's like
Yeah.
y'all can't beat
Yeah.
us. We have more money. What do we do next? Like, because you like, it seems like they only innovated with the goal of becoming top dog, and it's like if that was your goal, you've now lost me as a customer and a lifelong fan. Like,
Yeah.
I think they might be relying too hard on like acquisitions now. I'm not completely sure, but like I feel like
yeah.
acquisitions are carrying them recently, especially.
acquisitions are how you become a company
Yeah.
that lasts forever, though. Like,
Yeah.
I
Facts.
found out the other
Facts.
day the company, I don't even remember it, but the name of the company that owns Sharpie, like they also own like Mr. Sketch, the other marker company. They also own Penmate, who makes all the pens. They also own Expo markers, and it's like
Damn.
that company is old as shit. And
Expos are good
and they
sniffers.
started with Rubbermaid. So they own the Tupperware company.
Damn.
And it's like the only reason they're still afloat. I guarantee you, there's years where it was like, yeah, Sharpie just kept us up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So it's like that's probably what Apple's trying to do right now, where it's like we might have a down year soon, so we need to get somebody who can keep us afloat.
Yeah, dude, Sharpies are still useful till this
yeah.
day, bro.
Yeah.
But like,
Sharpies are
the
When was the last
acquisitions
time
of
you
that
bought
company is
one,
crazy. Recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love it.
I've like the same 2 Sharpies from like the last.
No,
10
they
years.
work for a few years,
I've,
dude. Especially if you only use them like
I
3
was gonna
times.
say I
Yeah.
have like legacy Sharpies.
Yeah.
I got fine point because I love writing with these. Gotta have it in red too. And then my Sharpie pens. I have these in every single color.
But I
have a
mean normal
54
Sharpies.
I have like
pen
those
set.
shaking ones.
I have all the regular
pink
Sharpies
ones.
too. I keep
What
one in my
color?
car just in case. I got Sharpies on my desk for days. Now the thing is, if we're talking about the ratio of what's paid and what I've acquired just in my life, then we're talking different numbers. But like the pens, I pay for. The regular Sharpies, I know where to find them. Like I'm not paying for those. But the pen ones, I love them. So like they're making money off me. I know it. And those are only $1. So I'm like, how much does it cost to manufacture these?
That's a win. That's a win.
craziness.
And we'll have to append this
Penny-
title a little bit.
pennies,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, actually, just make it for the
Yeah,
real
yeah.
ones. You
Yeah,
got to go all the
fits.
way to the end to figure it
Yeah,
out.
that's
Exactly.
to get some Apple knowledge in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We ready to end it? We got anything to promote for the week?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Might be a video.
There might be.
Stick
Turn the
around.
notification bells on because we don't drop
Exactly.
consistently. So be notified
Yeah.
when it happens.
Wait
Yo.
for the ring.
facts.
Hell yeah. We got a quote.
We should have done the quote at the beginning. Again.
We should have. We should have. I can Steve Jobs us out. I always got the
Yeah.
Steve Jobs
Let's
quote.
do it.
Let's go.
Stay hungry. Stay foolish.
Hell yeah.